Hey! What's up, what's up, what's up? How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? How you getting it in? Body getting it funny? What's going on, people? What's going on, people? It is a day of another day that we call Friday. And it would have been said, what's going to people? You know, it's so funny because, you know this here, you have to get up and press it and everything. You know, you got to press it and make it straight and stuff. So it's not like, you know, I could just wake up in the morning and my hair look like this. I have to actually sit up there and, you know, and press it in the morning. And if you see how long it is, it definitely takes a little bit of time and stuff, you know, in reference to doing my hair. So anyway, what's going to people, it is officially Friday. Hopefully everybody's being safe on this Friday if they want to go out and have fun. Make sure you watch your surroundings. Like I always told you before, we're not accepted as much as we like to believe. But be careful, and be careful of people that you hang with in your own LGBT community. Because a lot of them are the ones who's actually killing us, even though we're thinking that it's straight society. And it's actually people that's in our own community that's killing us and raping us. Okay, this is the thing I want to talk to you about. Now, there was a discussion that someone had told me that it's not fair that you don't help try to introduce, you know, how do you present a trans woman or two-spirit woman to his family. Now, we already know when it comes down to black people, we seem to be much more harder on our own, more so than anyone else, and you know, it is what it is, and I'm not going to make this a race thing, but it does make me feel very sad that when I watch a video reference to one of my brothers and sisters who are Caucasian, they tell their story to their parents, and their parents are like, you know, hugging them and stuff, but then when it's a black person, it's basically no story at all. It's basically, he's probably on the street, so he can't even make a video. Anyway, that being said, so the thing about it is that when a guy who's interested in a girl like us, and he want to take it to the next level, because it has been something that's been said in reference to, you know, I want to take you home, and meet my family, I'm not ashamed of you, I want to show the world that I love you. And for my dudes that are trans attracted or like the girls like us, this is my thing. Before you take that woman home, make sure she is everything that you want. Make sure that there's no flaws or anything as far as, you know, your relationship that you want to take it to the next level. Because even if she wasn't, you know, trans or she was female, you still have to do the same thing. Just my opinion, you don't have to listen. Now this is the thing. Make sure that woman that you're taking home with you, one of the dolls, once you take one of the dolls home with you, dolls mean us, in case you don't know, make sure you respect her transition, and you're not taking her to marry her so she can stop taking hormones so she can get the, you know, if that's what you're into, my thing is go for it. But I'm saying just make sure that that's what you want. Don't think that, you know, once I get her to myself, I could get her to, you know, stop taking those hormone pills and stuff. Because I always believe respect is always given. I always feel as though you need to have that compromise conversation, you know, before you present the girl to your family. Now this is the thing. A lot of times, straight men, and I don't know if anyone really thinks about this as far as my trans sisters or my gay brothers and sisters. When you found out who you was, and you heard everything about being who you were, and they said you were going to burn in hell, it's something bad, and you watch how people talk about people like you, they watch how they make fun of you, they watch how they beat you up and stuff. Now, remember, straight people are saying this as well. So, when you want a man to stand in his truth and present you to his family, you have to understand, he's not going from straight to gay, then trans. He's going straight to trans. So it's a big step for him because in his mind, all he sees himself as a straight man because he loves women. And when he looks at a trans woman, he sees a woman, he does not see a man and stuff like that. And that's understandable. But the thing about it is that when he takes her around the family and, you know, make it presented to, he presents her to them, he has to be prepared for the outlash. As far as we know what happens with us, but for him this is a whole new thing, so he doesn't know how to quite deal with it. Now this is the thing, to my men who are trans attracted, want to take a girl like us home. This is what you do. I know you feel like a little funny because you're not presenting her to your family, especially if you have a family that's homophobic and stuff like that. And you know, if you have a family that's really homophobic and stuff, just my opinion, I just think it'd be something that you and her just discuss among each other and stuff. And basically, you probably wouldn't even bring her around the family only because you don't really want to hear the backlash. Now, you may have a family that's homophobic that could be accepting that says, you know what, live your life. Now, this is the thing. When you take the girl home with you, you say, well, how do you introduce her to my mother or my father, what kids can be, family, whatever kids can be, sister, uncle, whatever your living situation is as far as living, as far as your family and stuff. Just let her walk through the door. We, as people, will pick up on things. And just let them get a chance to know her without telling what she was born as and how she lives and her truth. Now, the thing about it is that I always feel as though it's a very scary thing, especially God who has kids and stuff, because a lot of times God's left kids, they may have made little comments and stuff to their sons and daughters and stuff, and you're presenting something in front of them that they may not be able to understand, you know, at first. But if you like, one thing about little kids, they are willing to give you a chance, you know, and that's the thing about little kids, you know, they're not as harsh as grown adults are, which is sad, but it's real. We can learn a lot from kids and stuff, but, you know, but you always got bad kids as well, but then again, who's perfect? But this is the thing. You let them get to know her, you let them laugh with her, talk to her and stuff like that, and, you know, say, this is my girl, this is who I'm seeing and stuff like that. You introduce her as your girl. Don't introduce her as, this is a transgender woman that I'm dating now. Because then all the people are going to hear is, that's a man. When you say this is a transgender woman I'm dating, you might as well say, this is the guy I'm dating right here. And they're going to look at him, they're going to look at her, they're going to look at you, they're going to look at her, they're going to look at you. And the thing about it is that you just put them in a spot where they're like, oh my goodness, you're gay. And that's the title that you won't want. You do not want people to call you gay, and I get it, because you're straight and you see yourself as straight and you date with, you know, the girls like us, you see a woman, you don't see a man, and that's what identity identified as being with, in love with someone who looks like you, and clearly trans women do not look like men and stuff. So the thing about it is that, you know, you kind of want to hear that backlash, but when you stand in your truth, you got to learn one thing, you got to have thick skin. Remember, every company that you work for and every company that you walked into was somebody who was a leader. In order to be a leader, you have to stand in your truth. Now, this is the thing. You stand with that girl, you introduce her to your family and stuff, you let them know who she is, let them laugh and talk, and, you know, have drinks and dinner and stuff, and y'all eat and stuff. You know, you have a good time. So, after y'all laughing and stuff, and then you know, you're working into conversation, you know, this is the girl I am, and y'all kind of elaborate more as she got a chance to get to know her before the judgment call begins. Before the judgment call begins. A lot of times, people don't give people a chance to get to know them. They're already judging them before they even give them a chance and stuff. So as far as you introducing her to your family and stuff, let them get to know her, let them laugh with her, let them like her and stuff like that. You already said enough when you said, this is my girl. Let them get to know her, let them get to, and surely after a while, someone's going to catch on and stuff. Or you may receive a phone call, you know, when you get home and stuff, to let you know, you're dating her and stuff like that. Now, hopefully you'll get a positive response. If not, you know, you have to give people time to adjust to a lot of different things. Some people need a lot of time, some people need a little time, some people just want you to be happy. And unfortunately, as far as being in the Black community, as far as being LGBT, we're much more harder on our own, even if it's our own children, you know, and it's sad, but it's real and stuff. But the thing about it is that if you and that woman really love each other and stuff, whatever chips may fall, you have each other's back, you know, when it comes down to it. And make sure, ladies, when you go home with him and stuff, you know, just make sure you're dressed appropriate in reference to, you know, looking very normal, not like this, you know what I mean? Just, you know, presentable and stuff as far as meeting the family and stuff. You don't want to seem too overly, you know what I'm saying? Just dress normal. And that's just my opinion. If you want to dress like this when you go meet them, you go right ahead. But remember, even if you were born, see, as a woman, you can't just do it like this. It's gonna make a woman side eye you in reference to the family as well. You know, it's about being family and stuff. And, you know, I always feel as though if you give a chance as far as getting to talk to, you know, the girl and stuff at that, she going to his family's house, and I always feel as though you should give his family the utmost respect and stuff as far as that and stuff, because he's taking a big chance with you. And if he has kids and stuff, you know, you have to understand that his kids have to see you as well eventually. If he's the kind of person that doesn't, you know, hide anything, he wants everybody to, they basically, they want to share you with the world. You have to understand that it's going to be a big adjustment to him, because as he's taking you home, you know he's a straight man, or bi man, whatever the case is. Listen, whatever identity you want to go up under, that's what you are. But to them, all they're going to see him as gay. And he knows that, because he watches a lot of things when it comes out, you know, for people who stand in their truth and stuff. He watches all the ridiculing and stuff like that. You know, he sees what happened. If he's a guy who's really into the girls like us, he sees the murders and everything else that plays out. Now, not all guys know about that, and not a lot of, you know, people really know about that life and stuff. So, you know, and that's just the thing. Because one guy I know, he told me, it's like, he wants to present a girl to his family, but he doesn't know how to do it, and he's stuck. Like, he's really stuck, and he'd be like, you know, help me, how do I do this, how do I do this, how do I take my girl home to my family and not be called out my name, because I'm not a, you know, I'm not gay, you know, I like girls like this, and this is what I like. You don't look like a man. When they say gay, that means you're messing with a man. They're basically saying what you look like on the outside is, you know, it is what it is. You know, I get it and stuff like that, you know, but, you know, if you're the kind of person who's strong and standing your truth, you need thick skin, because at the end of the day, whether you're trans or not, people are just mean. You can have the most beautiful girl in the world, and they will talk about you, talk about her like a dog. You have the most nice man in the world who's like a gentleman, and they'll find something to shoot him down. You know, so the thing about it is that when you stand in your truth and you realize that you're going to live in your truth, you know, don't pay people no mind. You really have to cut people off. And if people can't accept who you are as far as the person you bring around, they're not really for you. Some people say, well, Raven, that doesn't make it not for you because they don't accept your choices in life. Actually, it does. Because we could both go back, we could all go through our family members and pick out people that we was like, no. But we sit up there and say, you know, as long as you have, if you like it, I love it, you know. So the thing about it is, somebody telling you that they love someone, and you love them, and you want to stand in your truth, just stand in your truth. But girls, if he does bring you home, you know, just be there, you know what I mean, and have that presentation, you know, when you get home and stuff, you know, where y'all can talk about it and have a little bit of conversation and stuff, because 9 times out of 10, somebody's going to catch on and go give him that phone call when you get home, and he's going to be on the phone explaining, you know, what's going on, and it can make it be a positive experience and stuff, or it could be a very nasty experience as far as getting a phone call saying, you know, don't bring that thing back around my house no more. You know, it is what it is, and that's one of the things he's afraid he has to give up, because he loves his family, and he doesn't want to lose them to you, and then all of a sudden you leave him because y'all got into an argument or disagreement and stuff, and now his family looks at him a totally different way, and he feels as though his family never treat him the same. So these are the things he goes through, he thinks about, you know, in reference to taking you home. Because I know this one guy, you know, he wants to take me home. See, I flipped. And he's like, I don't know how to present you to my family, you know. But the thing about it is that you don't have to present me to you because I ain't coming. That's not funny. But it is what it is. Listen, if you're a person like me who family rejected you and stuff, I ain't trying to meet your family. Child, please, I just want your son. I don't want to meet y'all. I'll sing Christmas card birthday because I don't, but with the man, that's not, but from that world, as far as men, you know, having a girl stuff, sometimes like he can bring his girl around and say how beautiful she is, stuff like that, but to me, myself, I don't want to go around your family. Like, I'm good with you. You could listen. You go hang with them. When you finish, you come back home. At the end of the day, it is what it is. But that's just me. That's how I am, because I just don't, I've been judged so much in my whole life, and one less day of being judged is a day I don't have to go through both, you know what I mean? So, but that's just me, that's not everybody. Everybody has a different story. Every girl has a different story. Every guy who dates a girl like us has a different story. Everybody has a different story, and I can respect everybody for their own stories and stuff, but if you do have a man, this is my opinion, I'm about to go raw on you, don't bring him around your LGBT people as far as the gay communities. Keep him out the gay clubs, keep him away from people, because I'm going to tell you something. Your own kind will be the ones to try to break y'all up, to try to throw salt in the wounds, to destroy everything that you have, and you were thinking that's going to come from, you know, the straight community, that actually come from your own people that want to try to do something, sabotage, you know, what you have and stuff. And you know, it is what it is, and it's not just the LGBT, but I do believe when it comes down to a lot of situations that I watch people go through, it's our own people. Anyway, that being said, so like I said before, if I give you the best advice, like I said before, you just present her to the family, and trust me, the family will pick up after a while. And you know, sometimes people end up liking them and stuff, and they may give you a chance, you never know. But of course you have to tell them the truth as far as, you know, when it comes time, if they ask you. If they don't ask you, don't tell. Don't ask, don't tell. It's not like they're sleeping with the person, they like the person and stuff, but family will have pull you to the side and stuff, and they will have that conversation, and you know, just have the conversation open. No yelling, no cursing, and if they can't understand, just say, I respect your opinion, have a nice day, and hang up. Anyway, that being said, don't go back and forth with people, because one thing I learned about in life about people, when they want to be right, guess what? They will argue you down just to be right. And at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter that they're wrong. When you're telling somebody you love someone, they don't care. They just want to be right. Anyway, that being said, hopefully you have a safe Friday and stuff. And I want to let you know, I'd love to hear your feedback on this in reference to bringing a girl home and stuff. You know, do you feel as though he shouldn't tell them, just introduce her as this woman and let them laugh and talk, you know, with conversation and stuff. And, you know, parents will pick up, trust me, because parents analyze everything that walks through the door. Whether you're female or CIS, trans, two-spirit, or a guy who dates guys that trying to pull his boyfriend in, people pick up. Don't think people are stupid. People pick up on stuff. Anyway, that being said, I love to hear feedback on this, and I will let you know I love you. And I want to thank you for watching. Get 3.